gonna start by bending the deck or breaking in the pack. If you're gonna do the riffle pass face up or face down, you're gonna bend it a little bit. You're gonna squeeze it. I squeeze it like this, and then I squeeze it like this. So convex and then concave. That's just to break it in for when you start doing the riffles. It's much easier to riffle through fluidly. Now, I'll get into getting breaks more specifically, but first let's get into the technique of where to put the fingers. You're gonna hold the pack and left hand grip, and the pinky is gonna lay in the pack, barely. It's barely in the pack. And this accomplishes three things. It makes the riffle in the front edge sound the same as if there was no break. Also, the fluid action of the riffle has no pauses because of the small break in the back. And third, all four fingers are visible. So you can display the pack if you're gonna do the riffle pass face up. You can display all four fingers. There's no fingers sticking into the pack. It's very important. Another thing you might notice is that the pack isn't held in a regular mechanics grip. It's actually on the base of this flesh pad. So it's held like this instead of like this. And that aids in the package transposing. The right hand grip goes over the pack. The thumb is about the middle, just where it naturally rests over the pack. And the right hand comes over, and the middle finger, first joint, will do the riffling, and the thumb will be at the inner left edge. Now you can riffle the pack, and if doing a color change, this will condition the spectators that nothing happens when you riffle. This is an idea first brought to my attention by Jeff Lotta, and others have also experimented with this conditioning aspect. But the riffle with a small break with the pinky, you can see if I lift up the top packet and then place the cards on top, it's really only the flesh that's getting sucked in between the deck. It's squeezed, just a small piece. Now what's going to happen is many things at once. The left hand will open, and the right hand will pull up the bottom packet slightly. You barely have to pull up. And then once the packets transpose, the thumb goes into the middle and pushes back down, and you will riffle again. Let me break it down a little. You first riffle in the front. Now I tilt the pack and I pull up a little. This is the grip now. It's almost a straddle grip. And you pull up. So I riffled first in the front, up. Now I'm going to riffle like this. And this is what happens if I can pause. Right before they coalesce. Now, to coalesce the packets, I square, and the first finger goes under the deck, and I now riffle with the thumb on the long side, the long edge, the left long edge. So there's 3 riffles, and those 3 riffles are very important in the beat, rhythm, and timing of the color change. It's 1, 2, 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. And on the 3rd riffle, the pass or the shift has been completed. 1, 2, 3. And then I end at fingertips. I place the pack at the end, at the fingertips, because I want that to be the last image the spectator sees. So as if the card changed while I was holding the deck at fingertips. And that was just enforced through Fred Capps. He emphasized always to hold and do your magic at the fingertips. And it was also taught to me by Tony Picasso to keep everything at your fingertips. And so I think that's a really good psychological point, is to place the pack at the fingertips once you're done with the sleight. So maybe it's a color change with a palm or different passes, but to always place it at the fingertips at the end so that the spectators remember that it's more impossible that way. It's how could any magic have been done if it was at the fingertips? So once again, it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now let's break it down even further in finer detail. You get the break, the flesh break. Notice my ring finger is also at the bottom edge. What's going to happen? I'll do it without the riffle. I'll try to do it in slow motion. 1, 2, 3. So maybe if I show you an exposed view, you can see the bottom angle. I'll try to do it in slow motion. Now, an interesting way to get into it is from a dribble. You dribble the cards, you can have a selection replaced into the pack, and you'll in-jog the dribble. Once again, you dribble the cards, have the selection placed back, and you in-jog the dribble. And now you can put your thumb underneath and turn the pack over and casually gesture, talk. You don't even have to control the card yet. Now what you do if you want to control the card is you place the cards back into the left hand and you lean your hand forward and down, which causes all those in-jogged cards to go out-jogged. Now you have a step back here, and you can use that step to get the break and complete the shift. So once again, you dribble. We'll use the 3 of hearts. So the 3 of hearts will be controlled to the bottom. You're just casual, there's no breaks. And when you want, you just slide those cards forward. You can see the step. So now I pull down with my pinky. I'm pulling down. And when the hands come together, as Di Vernon said, right when the hands come together, you complete the pass. As he used to say, complete the pass as if it was a hot pocket. Or he said hot potato, but now it's hot pockets. Anyways, right when the hands come together, it's just, you do it in a flash. You do it right when the hands come together and then the hands come apart. So I keep that quote in mind because it's useful in learning. So that dribble technique allows you to get that break with the pinky. Notice when I have the step, I grab the break and I'm also moving the pack onto the flesh pad of the base of the thumb. So I'm getting the break, moving it up there. Right when the hands meet, you complete the shift. Now I'm not claiming any originality for the classic riffle pass because this is built on the shoulders of giants through many, many magicians. Ricky Smith wrote a wonderful article that was on dananddave.com for a while. It will be up there soon again. And in this article, he talks about seeking out all the references you can for a specific sleight that you're learning so that you can pick up finer, small details from each person in different parts of the world. And then when you combine all those into one, you now have something that's yours, that's uniquely fits your hands. That's a very, very good tip from Ricky Smith, is to seek out as many references as you can. So I suggest you do that. There's many other pass tutorials online. You should check those out as well, and you should pick up and gather and soak all the information until you find one that works for you. But nothing will work as much as practice.